Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. As we dive into the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers, it's impossible not to feel the buzz in the air. The offseason is winding down, and with OTAs and minicamps behind us, the focus now shifts to the upcoming training camp, set to kick off on July 15 for the rookies, with veterans expected to join the squad just 1 week later. This period is always a critical time for the Niners, a moment where the roster starts to take shape, where management and coaching staff begin making those tough decisions that could define the team's trajectory for the season ahead. And let's be real, the 49ers are never short of drama, especially when it comes to roster moves and strategic shifts. Now, the big story that's been making waves lately involves some potential shakeups in the roster, and it's all about the players who might find themselves on the move. You see, General Manager John Lynch, known for his shrewd trades and sharp eye for talent, might not be done reshaping this team. Rumors are swirling that a handful of players might be shown the door before we even get to the first preseason game. And among those names, a veteran defender who could be on the trade block after the OTAs has attracted a lot of attention. That player is none other than Yetur Gross-Matos, a former Penn State standout and a guy who's been trying to find his footing in the NFL. Gross-Matos, who signed a 2-year, $18 million deal last offseason, is entering what could be his final season with the 49ers unless things change drastically. But why would the team consider trading him? Well, it all comes down to roster flexibility and cap management. The 49ers have a very talented defensive line, and with the addition of Georgia's Michael Williams in the first round of the 2024 NFL Draft, an edge rusher who collected 14 sacks over his last 3 seasons with the Bulldogs, the competition is heating up. Williams is seen as a potential future star, someone who could form a lethal pass-rushing duo with Nick Bosa, arguably the best in the league right now. And that's where Gross-Matos' prospects start to look a little less promising. Despite entering his 5th NFL season, Gross-Matos has shown flashes but hasn't quite solidified his role as a consistent starter. Last season, after missing some time due to injury, he managed to finish with 14 solo tackles and 4 sacks in 11 games. Those numbers aren't bad, but when you dig deeper into the grades from Pro Football Focus, the picture becomes clearer. His run-stopping grade was just 46.6, and his overall defensive grade was 51.5. To put it simply, while he showed some promise, he wasn't dominant or necessarily reliable enough to lock down a starting role, especially with the talent now arriving on the roster. Fans of the 49ers, of course, remember Gross-Matos as a player with potential. When he first arrived in San Francisco, there was hope he could be the outside rusher opposite Bosa, providing that much-needed pressure on quarterbacks and helping to solidify the defense's edge. But the NFL is a ruthless league, and the competition is fierce. The team's recent draft moves clearly indicate that they're looking to upgrade that position. With Williams being a high-upside rookie, the team might see Gross-Matos as expendable, especially given his hefty cap hit of around $47 million for the upcoming season. In the NFL, cap space is king, and teams are always looking to optimize their financial flexibility. A trade involving Gross-Matos could create over $7.8 million in savings, according to SpotTrack, which would be a significant boost for the 49ers to allocate elsewhere, be it for signing other players, extending key veterans, or bolstering the roster in other areas like the secondary or offensive line. And let's not forget, the 49ers have been aggressive in recent years, not hesitating to make bold moves to keep their Super Bowl window open. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture for the 49ers this season. The NFC West is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in the NFL, with the reigning champions, the Seattle Seahawks, and the resurgent Arizona Cardinals, both showing signs of improvement. The Los Angeles Rams, while still a threat, are in a bit of a rebuild mode after their Super Bowl run a couple of seasons ago. But the 49ers, under the leadership of head coach Kyle Shanahan, and with a roster that's stacked with talent, are still considered among the top contenders. The core of this team, with players like Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, George Kittle, and Christian McCaffrey, remains intact and motivated to bring another Super Bowl trophy back to San Francisco. But as always, the offseason is about fine-tuning, about making those strategic decisions that can make or break your season. The potential departure of Gross-Matos is just one example of how the team is balancing between maintaining talent and managing the salary cap. It's a delicate dance, and Lynch and Shanahan are experts at it. They've built a roster that combines veteran savvy with youthful explosiveness, and they're always looking for ways to improve. Looking at the bigger picture, the 2024 season promises to be an exciting one for the 49ers. The team's defense, which was already among the league's best last year, could get even better with the addition of Williams and the continued development of players like Drake Jackson and Kevin Givens. On offense, Brock Purdy is expected to take another step forward after a phenomenal rookie season, and with the weapons he has at his disposal, including Kittle and McCaffrey, the offense looks set to be explosive once again. The question is, how will the roster evolve leading up to the season? Will Gross-Matos be traded? Will other changes happen? These are the questions every fan is asking right now, and the answers will start to unfold over the next few weeks. Moreover, the 49ers coaching staff is known for their tactical flexibility and their ability to develop players. Kyle Shanahan's offensive schemes continue to be among the most innovative in the league, and his ability to adapt game plans to maximize his roster's strengths is unmatched. Defensively, D'Amico Ryans has built a formidable unit that thrives on pressure and disciplined coverage. The mix of veteran leadership and young talent is what makes the 49ers such a dangerous team, capable of competing at the highest level. However, every year, roster decisions, injuries, and unforeseen circumstances can alter the landscape drastically. That's why fans must stay tuned, because what happens in the coming weeks could have a ripple effect that lasts all season long. Now, let's talk about expectations. The 49ers are not just aiming to make the playoffs, they want to contend for a Super Bowl. With the roster they have now, and with strategic moves like potentially trading Gross-Matos, they're positioning themselves to maximize their chances. The NFC is stacked, but San Francisco has the talent, coaching, and experience to navigate it successfully. Their defense, especially the pass rush, is one of the league's best, and if Brock Purdy continues to develop as expected, the offense could be among the top units in the league. The goal is clear: another deep playoff run, another shot at that coveted Lombardi trophy. And I can tell you, fans, that the energy around the team is electric. There's a mix of excitement and anticipation, especially now as we get closer to training camp. Every day, players are pushing themselves to be better, coaches are refining schemes, and the front office is making those tough decisions that could define the season. The trade rumors around Gross-Matos are just a part of that puzzle. Whether he stays or goes, it's all about what's best for the team's success and future. So as we watch these developments unfold, it's important to remember that the 49ers are a franchise built on resilience, innovation, and a relentless desire to win. They've been to the Super Bowl multiple times in recent years, and they're hungry for more. The roster might look different in the coming weeks, but the core remains strong, and the desire to bring home another championship is what drives this team. Fans should be excited because the 2024 season promises to be one of the most thrilling in recent memory. The NFC West is tough, but the 49ers are ready to rise to the challenge, and every move they make now is a step toward that ultimate goal. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let us continue with the big reveal. And speaking of big reveals, let's not forget that the NFL offseason is a roller coaster, full of surprises. The 49ers are no strangers to making bold moves, and this year might be no different. The possible trade of Gross-Matos is just one example of how the team is looking to optimize their roster for maximum impact. With the NFL draft now in the rearview mirror, the focus shifts entirely to training camp, where every player will be fighting for their spot, every coach will be fine-tuning schemes, and every front office decision could have ripple effects that last all season. The next few weeks will be critical for the team's identity, especially on defense. Nick Bosa, who has been a force of nature, will once again be the centerpiece of their pass rush. His relentless pressure on quarterbacks is a nightmare for offenses, and having him paired with a potential new star like Williams could elevate the entire defensive unit to new heights. The secondary, led by Fred Warner and a talented group of defensive backs, will aim to keep opponents in check, while the defensive line continues to be a nightmare for any offense trying to establish a run or protect their quarterback. Meanwhile, the offense is looking to build on its explosive potential. Brock Purdy, who surprised many last year by stepping into the starting role and performing at a high level, is now expected to be the leader of the offense in his second year. His chemistry with Kittle, CMC, and the emerging receivers will be crucial. Shanahan's offensive schemes are designed to maximize those talents, creating mismatches and opening up big plays. The addition of a top-tier offensive line, along with strategic moves in the draft and offseason, will be key to maintaining their offensive prowess. But let's circle back to the defense for a moment, because it's the backbone of this team's identity. The 49ers have built a reputation as one of the league's most intimidating defenses, especially under D'Amico Ryans. Their ability to generate pressure, defend the run, and create turnovers has been a defining trait. The addition of Williams and the potential trade of Gross-Matos is part of their plan to maintain that edge. They want to be the team that strikes fear into their opponents every Sunday, a defense that can decide games with sacks, turnovers, and relentless pursuit. Looking ahead, the expectations for the team are sky-high. The NFC is stacked, but the 49ers have proven they can compete with the best. Their recent Super Bowl appearances, their playoff runs, and the talent they possess put them in a prime position to contend again. The question is, can they navigate the treacherous waters of roster management, injuries, and the unpredictable nature of the NFL? That's what makes this offseason so intriguing. Every move, every trade, every draft pick could be the difference between another deep playoff run and an early exit. And of course, we can't ignore the fans' role in all of this. Your passion, your support, and your voice are what make this team special. Every time you cheer, every time you debate, and every time you speculate about trades and roster moves, you're part of the 49ers story. The team's success is a reflection of the collective spirit of this fanbase, and that's what makes following the 49ers so exciting. The upcoming season is full of promise, but also full of questions. Will Gross-Matos stay or go? How will the new draft picks impact the defense? Can Brock Purdy take that next step and lead the team to a Super Bowl victory? These are the questions that fans are buzzing about, and I promise you, the answers will start to come very soon. So, to wrap it all up, the San Francisco 49ers are at a pivotal point in their journey. The offseason moves, the roster decisions, and the strategic planning are all aligning to set the stage for what could be a historic season. The potential trade of Gross-Matos is just one piece of a larger puzzle that involves team chemistry, player development, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. The NFC West remains one of the toughest divisions in football, but the 49ers have the talent, coaching, and mindset to rise above it all. Every game, every play, every decision will matter, and as fans, we get to witness it all unfold. Remember, the NFL is a league of constant evolution, and the 49ers have shown time and again that they're not afraid to make bold moves to stay on top. The upcoming weeks are crucial, and whether Gross-Matos remains in red and gold or heads elsewhere, one thing is for sure. The 2024 season will be one to watch, full of drama, excitement, and the relentless pursuit of that ultimate prize, the Lombardi Trophy. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news.